Welcome everybody to the call today for how to do an open house that actually gets buyers and gets sellers. So with us is Gordon Day from Newly from EXP or Newly with EXP.
Again with EXP.
Again with EXP. There you go. Awesome. And then obviously we got Yigong here with us as well, who likes to hang out with us and always has some great feedback and questions. Everybody's logging in here. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us while we are a minute or two late. Apologize for that, but I think you're going to absolutely get a lot of value from this. Gordon, man, we had you on last month. It was fantastic. Really appreciated you coming on here. Summer. You're
getting through the summer. Hot day today, man. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It's about 102, I think, here.
You know, so crazy. We are, I feel like we are about 10 degrees cooler than normal.
Really?
It's normally, we would have normally multiple days of 105 to 110. Oh my God, sometimes 115 degrees. And I think the hottest it's been is 98 so far. And we're averaging like low 90s when it's normally 98, 99 every day. So I know the part of the country is getting a heat wave right now, but we are not.
We are cooking today. My dogs did not go outside, but quick potty break, and then they came right back in.
Yeah, you got to wash their feet.
Yes.
We're wearing shoes and they aren't. And so you always got to be careful of those dogs, especially the small dogs and big dogs. But I feel like the big dogs are heavier, hit their feet harder, but for any dog.
Absolutely.
Wow. There's people from West Coast, East Coast, we have it all covered.
Yeah, Cape Coral, Jackie, good to see you as always. Angel,
from
nice.
That's awesome.
Colette, awesome.
Oh, let's
I'm sure
go.
there must be Go ahead, Dee.
I said, let's get started.
Yeah, so here's my proposal for the outline for this call, which is I just want to go through with Gordon, talk a little bit about what's going on, give everybody kind of a bigger overview. And then I've actually got, we're going to run an ad for one of his open houses this weekend. Gordon's got, I guess you're doing 4 open houses, 2 for one listing and 2 for another.
Yes.
Right. Now let me.
2 per day, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday.
Now, Gordon does not do multiple open houses to waste his time. There is a strategy behind it. There is value behind it. There is buyers and sellers are coming from it. So he's not doing all of this work, which for a lot of people would just be absolutely insane. He's not doing all this work for nothing. Keep in mind, he's got 4 open houses this weekend. And dude, you do that a lot. I see you've done that a number of times already in the last 4 or 5 months.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you take another day of the week off, or like, is there another day of the week kind of chill out a little bit? Or are you just hot and heavy all 7 days a week?
I'm compressing time right now.
I feel it. I feel it.
I'm compressing time. I take off when I have my grandkids' celebrations and stuff like that. But I enjoy the game of real estate. It's just a fun game.
Steve, this is very inspiring, especially coming from were you saying you were ready to retire early the year to come to this point when you're actually enjoying the game? That's just very heartwarming to hear.
This business can eat you alive. You just feel like after a while, there's nothing left. You gave it all your blood, sweat, and tears, and you just all used up. And then something comes around. Scott, you and I bumped into each other like late last year, and I was like, okay, so maybe this is something I can put back together, build something, which I just showed you right before we jumped on here. This is my vision of I think it can end up, right?
Yeah, no, it's an absolutely brilliant. We'll discuss that in this call today because, like I mentioned, that's something that you and I have talked about as well, that a lot of people just don't visualize that. And you actually did a lot better on the visualization than I did. I just did this. I did a really crappy Excel spreadsheet where I did like 200 leads, then 200 and 200, then 200, 200, 200. And it just looked awful. Your version was beautiful. And so we'll definitely speak to that on this call today. For everybody that doesn't know, I put the link that you're looking at here on this page into the StreamYard. If you are watching the recording, you can get this in the mastermind group or from our support team. But just as a quick little backdrop here, this was a comment from Gordon in the mastermind group, how, yeah, at the end of 2024, he was not excited about the business. He and I reconnected, started working together. And it took a couple of months for the wheels to really, really get going, to where he could see, I don't want to say the light at the end of the tunnel. That's not the right way to put it, but you could see the value coming from the work that we'd been doing. And so for everyone here, I'm not going to sit here and read all of this. You've got the link. It's in the chat. It's at the very top of the chat. Take a look at it. I'll also put it in the mastermind group. At the end of this call, a little bit later this evening, I'm going to put together a email with all the links I share today. And I'll make a document. I'll put it in the mastermind group. So anything you see here on my screen today, for different information, I will put a doc in the mastermind group a little bit later this evening, and then you'll have access to all of that. With that, Gordon, real quickly here, not real quickly, just tell us. So, like you said, in fact, you said it in this post here, when we got together, you canceled, after working together for a little bit, you canceled a lot of different programs. You kept listings to leads, you kept your CRM. Gordon uses Lofty. So between Facebook ads that we're running with listings to leads, the open houses that you're doing like a madman, the AI text follow-up you got in Lofty, and we offer AI text as well in listings to leads. Dude, how is this changing your business in the last 4 or 5 months?
It's just been simplified. When I first met you, my business was highly complex, way too many bells and whistles. And instead of just hitting the foundation and generate leads, follow up with the leads as quickly as possible, using technology, using the AI, and all of those things. You don't need 10 different things. You just need to do 1, 2 things really every day.
Consistency. And he's gone through this as well, where we'll go on vacation and it's like, you're on vacation, you're with family, you're with your grandkids. Do I want to do lead follow-up? No. Am I going to do it? No, I'm not, because I'm with my grandkids or with our family. But you got to get back to it as soon as you're back in the office.
Correct.
And you got the technology, the AI text follow-up with Lofty. We've got AI text follow-up and listings to leads. Having that as a backdrop is a game changer.
100%. And if you keep it simple, it becomes the game again. I guess my life was way out of balance.
Oh, I remember, dude, we were trying to connect some of your programs. You had a dialer data provider company that I don't want to mention. You had a mailing company. You had another CRM, and they all said that they connect, right? They all had this beautiful story about, oh yeah, the data. And we got people from our team on it. We got support from those companies working with us. And it was just a nightmare.
It was a money
grabbing.
It was a money suck.
Yeah.
And an aggravation suck.
Aggravation and drains energy.
The time, Scott, every time we had it reintegrated, it would last like a day or two, and then it all came apart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And like I said, we had multiple senior techs from all of these companies working with us, being with listings to leads. I know a lot of these people, so I was able to bring them in, and holy cow, it was just a nightmare. So what we thought was going to be this beautiful thing, got rid of all of it. Facebook ads, open houses, follow-up, AI text follow-up. Gordon does a beautiful job with his regular follow-up. At the link I put into the chat here at the very top, definitely you want to watch the interview I did with Gordon about a month ago, because he has some great, hilarious notes and stories about follow-up that you're going to want to hear a little bit later, and you have a chance to go watch that one. We touched on it a little bit. So you're doing 4 open houses this weekend. You've done 4 open houses a number of different weeks. Talk to us about, like, not every open house you're going to have the same results, but buyers and sellers. Talk to us about getting buyers and sellers from the open houses and how the ads relate to that.
Yeah. So that was one of the best things about L2L, Scott, is I used to do the marketing for the open houses, because I've been doing open houses forever. My first sale in the mid 80s when I started real estate was from an open house, very first sale. So I've been doing them forever. But since you and I reconnected, the audience that's coming into the open houses is like off the charts, especially on the first one.
Yeah.
Like this weekend, I have a feeling it's going to be off the charts.
All
So,
right.
with that said, I'm ready for another good weekend. So,
Yeah, dude, I love it. I love it. Now, don't get this. You just never know. July can be crazy. I'm not going to jinx anything here. Oh, yeah, let's make
one's
it a
at
good
the
one.
beach, one's at the beach, Scott. So I don't care.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Would you say there's other things that you're doing, but when you think about just in general, between ads and open houses, is like what percentage of your business would you say is coming from that, or would you expect to come from that based on what you're doing?
It either directly or indirectly, almost all business now comes from that. Almost all.
Wow.
I still have my SOI, my past clients,
Yep.
but almost all comes from this. And it's really building. I just showed you what was happening. The
Yeah.
pipeline
Yeah.
is beginning to be rock solid already.
Yeah.
I
You
can't
know what?
imagine next year.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, speak to that real quickly. You showed us a chart, and I'll try to get that, and I'll share that in the mastermind group. But Gordon shared a really beautiful chart that just because of screen sharing and everything, it didn't show up well when we were trying to share it and see if we could show it to everybody. But Gordon, just give us like a quick synopsis on what that chart was showing us.
So what you're doing for me, Scott, is, and I look, you're bringing me about 1,200 leads per month. Or per year, rather,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
per year.
Yeah.
So about 100 leads a month. Now, in the last 30 days, it was closer to 150. It depends on where it ends up going, but anywhere from 100, to hit my goal will be 1,200 leads per year. For the next 5 years, I'll end up with 6,000 in my database,
Wow.
many of which I will have met at the open house. The others, there's a larger amount, Scott, that never come.
Yeah,
But I
definitely.
talk to them, I get them into my email campaign.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the bigger picture.
Yeah, that's where having a good CRM is the other part of it. There are
Right.
several parts of this puzzle. One of them is getting the leads in. The second part is the initial follow-up to make sure that we get all the people that are looking to do something sooner than later. And then having the follow-up for the long term, where these people might be 5 years out. They might be 10, who knows? They get 2, 5, 10 years out, but we don't want to lose them.
And
Oh,
I just spoke to some right before our call tonight that
sweet.
the ads you just ran today, about half an hour ago, I got off the phone.
Oh,
They were
really?
just dreaming. They were just dreaming. They filled out the form, just dreaming. And I said, I get that, but I have a lot of people just like you dreaming. But I
Oh
find
my
out
God.
you're dreaming about your future when you're gonna, right? And they go, yeah.
I tell that to people all the time, and I think you're the first one, and then Yi actually sees that with the ads that she's running as well, where, dude, people, they just they're not professional real estate agents. They're not professional buyers. To ask someone relating to a house, they may or may not be pre-qualified or pre-approved. They may or may not know what it entails to buy a house. And some of them overcomplicate it. Some of them don't really completely think it through. And so what Gordon's referring to is in the ads, it will ask you, what is your time frame to buy or what is your time frame to sell? Sometimes I wonder, don't even not bother asking that question. But what it is a little bit of a gate because if people don't want to answer it, then maybe they're not that serious. So, anyways, for all of you on this call, don't pay too much of attention to that answer, whatever they put. Because, like Gordon just said, hey, you know what? I don't care if you're just dreaming. You want to buy in 1 to 3 months, 12+ months. I want to start talking to you now because the better prepared you are. Hey, if you buy or sell in 12 months from now, great. I'm building a pipeline. I'm building people from that want to buy or sell tomorrow, a year from now. So yeah, that's awesome.
It's a good question that you have on there.
And I'm going to show this today. We just added a second question, and the second question is, would you like a copy of our ultimate guide to buying a home? And we just changed the AI text follow-up. It's a different guide that we're offering in the AI text follow-up. So if in our AI text follow-up, if they say they're just browsing, we then offer them a guide. And Yee's already had two, it just went live today. Yee's already had 2 people today say no to the guide in the ad, but say yes to the guide in the AI text follow up.
Nice.
So it's a phenomenal way. These were people that would say they were just browsing. And
Yeah.
normally, if someone says they're just browsing, kind of like just dreaming, it can
Yes.
be easy to lose them.
Absolutely. I
You
know.
know,
I think a lot of agents that have worked with me, they don't call the dreamers. They just call the 1 to 3.
Oh, you
yeah,
gotta call everybody. Here's a tip I learned. Instead of looking at the form, what it says, don't look at the form. I just have the numbers down, and this is the people I need to call. So I
Yes.
don't focus on what they are saying.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Otherwise, you subconsciously thinking, oh, they're just dreaming. Then your tone will be different. How you interact with the people might be different. So if you don't know, that might be just better for you.
Yes. And if they tell
yeah.
you, you just react
Right.
like you said, you just say, "Hey, great. I'm glad you're just streaming right now." You just keep on going.
Yeah, I would not even bring that up because if you say, "Oh, I see you're looking to buy in 1 to 3 months," and they're
Yeah,
thinking, "I just put that because I wasn't sure what to put." Now
Yes.
you're almost on the wrong foot with them.
exactly.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
think
Yes.
to Yee's point, that's actually perfect. Just call everyone, have the same value orientated approach with people. You're here to help. And Gordon, your last call that we did together, the way you talk to people and, hey, I'm just here to help, it really comes through. And I think for a lot of people, the biggest issue, and let's speak to this real quickly, the biggest issue is they don't generate enough leads. And so every lead is now this super stressful thing because they only get 1 or 2 leads a day, if that, for some of these people. But when you're generating, 5 to 8 leads a day, it's, your mindset is completely different.
Yes. Yes. It's hard for me sometimes to keep up, Scott, because you're calling the ones from today, yesterday, and the day before. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the lofty follow up. I'm sure it's similar to ours where the AI text will keep engaging. Some of the updates that we did, including the about asking if they want a guide, we got now a number of different value offers that will intersperse within the questioning. So if they don't respond for like a couple of days, then it will say something like, "Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale?" Or "Would you like to learn about different down payment options?" And if it's a seller, it's different things, but similarly related, so that we're not just sitting there going, "Hey, are you looking to buy? Are you looking to
Or
buy?"
are
All
you
right, that gets
browsing? Yeah, the same question again, again. Yeah.
yeah, because as agents, there's a lot of value that you can provide. The conversations we can have with leads runs the gamut, right? From
Yeah.
curb appeal, down payment assistance, seller pricing strategies. There are a million conversations that you can have with these leads. It's just which conversation is the one that they are most interested in having right now. And the faster that we can get to that, and the faster we can ask a question and then stop talking, the better we are. In fact, Gordon, speak to that one because you just sent me a text last week about that. You said it's great. It's amazing what happens when you ask a question and stop talking.
Yeah. Yes. They like to talk. They like to, what's your dream home like? Yeah. Just ask a good question. Go through the Ford principle, FORD, family, occupation, recreation, and dreams, and find out more about them. If they know you care about them,
Mm,
and they will realize that, yeah, I like this guy and I'll sign his buyer broker agreement. And that's
yeah,
another reason why the buyer broker agreement, Scott, if you're doing open houses for, at least in Florida, you don't have to have the buyer broker agreement. So
right.
buyers are, they are coming to open houses more than they ever have.
I've heard that from a few people. Yeah,
Oh, because yeah, so in California, same thing. If you have to show them the house on a private tour, they have to sign this, right?
Yes.
ERC. Same thing, but open house is not required. They can just come through the open house to look at properties.
And
Got it.
they like that. They like,
Because
yeah,
that agreement is always put them into like, oh, do I have to pay for the commission? Right?
yes.
But in reality, that's not true because even though they have to sign this agreement because of the NAR settlement, but in most cases, seller still pays because
yeah. And
that's
they don't.
how you're gonna
Well,
write the
and
offer.
here's the thing: most agents are going to come so hard at them with, "Hey, when you're looking to buy, okay, you got to sign this agreement." You just blew them off. You just blew them out of the water.
It's a challenge. It's different than we most of us have had to go through. We never had to worry about it, Scott.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to have a little bit of the uncomfortable conversation. Even at the open house, if they want me to represent them at as a buyer, say they want to buy the house, which has happened, where the buyer wants to buy the house I'm doing the open house at, then I have to get them to transition to hire me as their buyer agent. If they want.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us the story about, so you're doing 4 open houses. You do this multiple times a month. Tell us a story. You told me a couple where somebody comes through, whether it's from an ad or from something else, and they become a buyer lead, and they've also got a home to sell. And you've done some pretty impressive things in that regard.
It's like dominoes. When they come in, 1 out of 4 has a house to sell.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 out of 4 has a house to sell. So that's one of the questions I will ask. If they're interested in buying the home, I always ask, so are you, well, first of all, I think you had asked me, are they nosy neighbors? Are they,
Yeah.
looking to lose or whatever? One of them was a neighbor who had been walking by the house for 5 years, waiting for it to come on the market.
Oh,
So when they saw the open house, they immediately came right through. They wanted to make an offer. So yeah,
wow.
they had a house to sell in the same neighborhood, which was going to
Oh,
be
yeah. Okay.
that
Yeah.
was going to be a 600K plus listing,
Oh,
buying
wow.
a $700,000.
Wow.
That's how
Wow.
it worked. 1 out of 4 at the open houses. And so doing open houses, I picked the price range, Scott. So my price range is my minimum is in the 500s
Yeah.
up to 7 figure.
Speak to that, because for a lot of agents, in fact, there's another thing I wanted to ask you about, which is for an agent who might be newer, or dude, there's agents that have been around for 10, 15, 20 years. You've been around for what, 80, 90, about 30 years. That's not even an outside question. Forget it.
you,
Gordon's been
you
around longer than most of you.
just go pre.
Okay. So
Facts.
for agents that, no matter how long they've been in the business, that are struggling right now, what would you say? It sounds like you would say do Facebook ads, do the open houses. For everybody on this call, if you go to listingstoloads.com/open house, we got some amazing strategies on this page right here on how to better engage people and how to set up the open house to slow people down, to provide more value, to better engage people. So get to listingstoloads.com/open house. But to that agent, whether they're a year in or 10 years in, how would you pick an open house? What are some of the things that you're thinking about regarding it, to where it's like what you're doing now versus maybe what you've done in the past to make it convert better for these people?
Sure. The open houses have to be in a good location.
Yep.
They have to be in a good location. For me, they have to be at my price that I want to work.
Yep.
So those are the things. And how I do it, Scott, if you could visualize a box, look at my screen where on your, I see myself right now. The box, if you were to put open house directionals at each corner,
Mm,
that's what I would be looking at doing. If
yep.
I were to put the open house signs, and I would typically do about 10, and they would be branded signs, Gordon Day's open house, at main arteries around the geography. Now, within that box, I'm doing 2 this time, different time frames, but I can do 4 to 5 open houses.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And on the front door, I would just put a little note saying, hey, I had to run to show another home. Text me or call me right now, and I can be back in about 5-10 minutes. And I'm just sitting at one of the other homes.
Yeah. Oh, so the 2 open houses you're doing this weekend, they're pretty close by each other?
Yeah, absolutely. I always do them pretty close.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
that he's
And then,
doing wow.
okay. And one of them, are they both borrowed listings or are they both yours?
In the past, they've been mine. now where I'm starting over, they're borrowed. Everything's borrowed.
Okay.
And it's so easy to do that. So a brand new agent, Scott, can come in and do exactly what we're talking about today. Right?
Yep.
You can be brand new. Pick a first thing I did when I came back to EXP. Hey, I'm back. I see you got this awesome listing over here on the beach or close to the beach. And do you need help with open houses? Would you like me to market it for you to help generate extra buyers for you? Nobody says no to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody says no.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So for any agent, just to put a little bit more, just a few more on points on that. Like Gordon said, make sure it's either the price range you're working in or it's a popular price range, right? We don't want to get anything way too expensive or way too cheap necessarily. So what we call the meat of the market. I would say make sure it shows well, make sure it's easy to access. So you might want to stay away from gated communities or something way too far out there. We actually went, dude, oh my God. Yi and I went to an open house a couple of weeks ago. First of all, it was 15 minutes further than like out of civilization, so far
Yeah.
out, nothing around it, like
Yeah.
20 minutes from any other open house. And then you had to take this really long, skinny road off the main road to get to the house. And then the worst thing about it, though, the driveway, dude. You go up the driveway, and it's because it's in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains, and so it was a blind dip. So you're going up, and then imagine the garage door is here. Sorry, here you go. And then you go up, and then you go down. And so as you're going down into the driveway, all you can see are mountains and sky, and then the garage door. And I was thinking, I was nervous just pulling into that driveway. So by the time I got to the house, I was like, who's going to buy this place? And so to be an agent and holding an open house at such a property,
Yeah.
man, I'm like, dude, you're not doing yourself any favors. This is not a great house to be holding open. Plus, it was pretty expensive. Yeah. So to Gordon's point, easy to get to, great price point, shows, and don't even worry if they had an open house maybe a month or so earlier. When you market it with your Facebook ads and your marketing, you will hit a completely different audience, and you probably will be doing things that agent didn't even do. I'm telling you, you and I go to three or four open houses every single weekend. It is appalling how
bad
bad.
it is. Yeah.
Oh, they don't do the signs. Maybe they do one or two signs right in front of the home. They don't do sign-in sheets. They don't do any of the other things that we talk about at listingstoleads.com/open house, where you can turn that open house into an event versus a complete waste of time. All right.
That's a great.
There's no good food, snacks, and the house does not smell great either. The little things I think agents probably do not pay attention to, but definitely will make a difference when people walk into the open house, like the whole atmosphere, right? So I don't think anything open house we've been to in the last month and a half have impressed us at all. So I think for those of you guys who are on this call, there's a lot more than you think that you can improve on for sure.
It makes it easy for us that
Just stand out.
Just try harder.
Yeah, just try a little bit harder. Exactly. And you don't even need to try that hard. Just a little bit harder.
And here's the thing. Going to Safeway and buying the little thing of cookies and then sitting on the countertop, that is not catered. All right. Please, I'm telling you, that is not catered.
And still with the Safeway's price tag on it. Oh my gosh. That's even worse.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Because we're not going to have time to get to a lot of the ins and outs of things. I want everyone here that's a client, go to Marketing Calendar, click on presentations, and then Open House Mastery. There is a presentation. There is a PDF of the presentation. So the PDF is like just a PDF of the presentation itself. And then there's a checklist. Don't try to master this all in one weekend, but do go through it as soon as you can, because this walks through. If any of you, Dustin Fox, who wrote the book 6 Weeks to Agent Success, he was a Listings to Leads client, used Listings to Leads to go from a single agent with he and his wife to now 24, 25 agents. He's got, I think, the most 5-star agent reviews on Google. And some of his stuff is in here. There's a lot of other things over the last 15 years that we've been working with agents and doing open houses. But turn that open house into an event. It takes a little bit of planning, but it doesn't take a lot of money. And the goal is that I want, and Gordon has been around long enough and he's got the personality, I think, that just really works well with people. But you want that open house to be something when the seller or when the buyers and homeowners come through, that they just go, this guy is different. This guy is not, because a lot of times people go to what, 3 or 4 open houses in a weekend. So they're not
Mhm.
just seeing typically one open house, and they're gonna not necessarily
See a lot
compare
of
you.
properties. Yeah.
And most agents just fall into just disappear into into blondness. They
They
got
don't even.
Safeway cookies. One girl, and she was a top agent this weekend. She literally, dude, was on her computer the whole time. There were
Yeah.
2 other groups coming through. We were there. She'll
Talking to
introduce
them at
herself.
all. I
I'm sorry?
think she was not talking to anyone, and I think she was trying to. I think she's relatively new. She was trying to get people to sign on the online form. I think that's what she's trying to do, but she didn't know how to like interact.
Oh, yeah. Okay. In the mastermind
Yeah.
group, we got a great script on how to get people to sign in very easily. And in fact, I'm going to give everybody a link later. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. We got a actually 8.5 by 11 that you can print, that you can put up, that is something to the effect of, thank you for coming to our open house. The seller has requested for security purposes that everybody signs in, and you can put it on the front door and at the open house, put it in a little acrylic folder like you see here, and then just ask people to sign in. And it's in big enough font where they can easily see it in just a few seconds, and that'll help get more people to sign in. Yeah.
Can I remind you, there's also this checklist where it's essentially the marketing calendar for open house. When they're gonna start marketing, what activities they need to do every day. Yeah, just making sure.
Yeah, this will be in one of the things I prepare a little bit later. So I will put this into the Facebook Mastermind group later. If you're not a member of that, go to Listings to Leads. Just find us on Facebook, Listings to Leads. And yeah, this is, and Gordon, I don't think you're doing all of this, but yeah, we got a whole calendar here. What to do on Monday, all right? What to do on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Some of it's free. Most of it's free. Some of it's paid. But I would definitely take a look at that, because that is a great setup for the marketing. When you got the listing in your account, like Gordon does right here. And in fact, we're going to set this open house right now. I think it's 13621.
Yes. Yes.
So I should have set this a little bit earlier, but I'm going to go to August. So I'm going to set the open houses. And is it 1 to 4 or what?
1:30.
1:30. All right. So I'll do 1:30
to 4. Yeah.
to 4. Perfect. Okay.
Can I ask you a quick question? Technical. So
Yeah.
1:32, that time, is that East Coast or is that
No, it's central, but
oh, it's Central.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
it works. It works.
Oh, for Florida. Yeah, yeah. It works. Okay.
Yeah.
Based on
Because
the
in
listing.
the account, he's got it set to his time zone. And
Got
so
it.
everything will go through. Yi and I were just, oh, I didn't select. Yeah, I did. All right. Perfect.
Yeah,
All right.
we were in Florida and I didn't set up properly, so everything screwed up.
So we were doing StreamYard and we were in Florida with it. And so the time was completely off. It wasn't correct at all. And so we had to like redo it. It's just a complete pain in the butt. And I'm like, why didn't they do it the way we do it? I think I made a mistake here. August 3rd, delete that one. All right. Sorry about that. So August 2nd, 1:30 to 4. August 3rd, Sunday, 1:30 to 4. Perfect. Okay. Save.
Good.
Yep. And so I'm going to click on the green market listing button. And again, this is a borrowed listing. This is not even his listing. So you're going to see here, there is a checklist. In fact, it was on the previous page. In fact, right here, when you click
Yes.
market listing, there's the checklist right there. So it's got all the items that you should be doing. There is this link right here. Will take you to that listingstoleads.com/open house. But we're going to do a quick Facebook and Instagram ad. And so we're just going to click on that. I'm going to show you how quick and easy this is. Now, is this the same? Wait.
That's it.
Oh, is it in the same building? Or is this a different unit? Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me go look. 508 Carson.
That's a different house. That's a different one, Scott.
Okay, let me just make sure. I don't want to screw this up. I do so many ads and so many different things here. So, oh yeah, that's the one I did earlier. So that's the ad that we ran a little bit earlier. Okay, I recognize
That's
it
the
now.
one I already have people calling me on.
Yeah, dude, that is so awesome. All right, so I'm gonna click we set the open house. I click the green market listing button, click Facebook and Instagram ad, and we brought Facebook into listings to leads. And so for some reason, location normally will autofill. So, but if it doesn't pair Dido key, and is that in Alabama?
No, you got to
Yeah.
put Florida.
What would the closest? I wonder why that doesn't come up.
Try PERDIDO key,
Yep.
Florida.
Yeah, it's not coming up. Perdido, Alabama is coming up.
Used to come up for me.
That's so weird. Let me try that again.
It's always come up in the past, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm excited. I've run a lot of open house ads for you, and I've never seen that location not autofill. So let's just try it one more time. Pair. Huh. What's the closest area right next to it? And I'll come in later because you can. Here's a really cool thing. If you do an ad and you find it's wrong, you can always redo it. Plus, we got the 15-mile radius. So, is there a location like super close right there, or not really?
The other property, Carson,
The one on Carson Drive. What's the city for that one?
Pensacola.
Oh, Pensacola. Okay.
Could you do zip code 32507?
325. I can't remember if you can or not. No, you can't do zip code for real estate. Oh yeah, do not use zip codes or neighborhoods. Okay, I'm gonna do Pensacola right now, and then tomorrow morning I'll check on this again. Maybe the Facebook API is I have seen it where the Facebook API won't recognize some smaller cities sometimes, and then next time you log in, it will. So I'll check this a little bit later this evening. But because we got the 15-mile radius, it will capture all the people in that area. Radius 15 miles. Don't change that. Lifetime budget 35. I'm gonna change it to 50. And it's going to go for 1 week, but we don't want it to go for a week. So we're going to do the end date to Sunday at, I'll just say 4 o'clock, 3:50, close enough. Now, the only other thing here I'm going to mention is this image. Oh, yeah, no, that image is great. So you know why? I was looking at this listing a little bit earlier. That's why it looked so familiar. So I'm like, I know I looked at this earlier and I just came in to check it out and see what it looked like. So these images were not the default images that were showing because it'll show the first 4 images of the listing. And it was like the building, and then it was like 2 of the same thing, because a lot of times the agents will load 4 of the front of the building all as the first 4 photos. And I'm like, if I showed this image right here, that is a killer image right there. I want to be sitting on my deck. I want to look at the view. They can see they got a clear, unobstructed view of the water. They don't have another building in front of them. Where if I'm looking at a picture of the building, I don't really know. Especially now, if I live there, maybe I know. But a lot of people are going to live maybe a half hour away, 45 minutes away, and they're not going to know that building. So if we show them the view, now they know, man, that's the view I want.
And then I showed the money view, right?
Yeah, dude, that's beautiful. Keep those windows open, nice little breeze. You might want to air condition. I don't know. Depends on the day. Regardless, I did we got the living room, the kitchen, and then they had a nice pool. So that's not in the picture behind it. This template works so well. You could upload a video. You could do a Canva image. You can upload whatever you want to here. But this image right here for ads is, I think, one of the best because we're showing 3 in particular, but 4 great views of the property all in one image. We're not doing carousel. I don't like carousel ads because now I got to click. And we're showing that there's 45 more photos. So anyone that, halfway interested in this is going to want to see that. So all I did is I selected the location, which I'll come back and I'll check a little bit later. I did a budget of $50 and I'm going to hit create ad. That's all you need to do, especially for buyer ads. For seller ads, you can get into retargeting and custom audiences and things like that. But for a buyer ad, I like to just let the Facebook algorithm do its thing. All right. They spend more money on how to put ads in front of people that are most likely to click and actually do something. So I
Mhm.
want to rely for the buyer ads, especially. I rely on Facebook algorithm. I don't worry about custom audiences and all that kind of stuff. And that's going to cycle through for a few seconds, and then it's going to submit to Facebook for a review. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on Instagram. Notice it's on his page, so it'll be on his Facebook page, his Instagram page, and as soon as it comes up, let me show you because I want to show you the new question and how that looks. And then while we're sitting here, I do the social media post, the nearby homeowner letter. That's something I would make sure to get out as well. It'll take a minute for that link to populate. Now, in a condo building, you may not be able to do this, Gordon, but if you are, in fact, maybe I'll post in the mastermind group about people doing condos. But this letter is something I would door knock with for an open house and invite the neighbors to, let's let it download. I guess it's still downloading, and invite the neighbors to the open house. So if you want to get more seller leads, like even more than normal, take that letter and I'm on Safari. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Chrome wasn't working for something I was working on earlier, so I had to switch over to Safari. So check this out. This letter is awesome. We're letting all the neighbors know we're having an open house this weekend. All right, from 1:30 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday. It's completely editable. They can scan the QR code and go to the single property website, and they can click here. In fact, let me click on that. Open in Google Chrome. Boy, Safari is a little weird. So here's where that QR code and link go to. And so it goes to the single property website. We got the lead form coming up right away. The lead form is customizable. In fact, I like to make that lead form optional for people. But then right here, when this home is sold, it's going to a home value landing page. And again, that's popping up on my other monitor. So I'll bring it over. There you go. And that letter is a phenomenal. That letter is what Dustin Fox used to just build up his listings like crazy. He would do catered open houses. So instead of just downloading it immediately, he would click on edit. And you can see here, it's an editor. And so you could put, we're having a catered neighbors only open house. And then I can, for here, I might say Saturday. I might just say Saturday and Sunday. And that way it just makes it a little bit shorter. And if you've got, now I don't know this building, Gordon, but if you got 2 open houses, you don't have time. But for the rest of you that are normal agents, not workaholics like Gordon, compressing time, man, either the day before or a couple of hours before the open house, I'd probably do it the day before. I would door knock this letter and I would invite the neighbors and to say, hey, my name is Scott with L2L Realty, or I'm Gordon with EXP Realty. We're having an open house. Now, if you're doing a neighbors only Thursday to 4 to 6, you could edit this for that. If it's just a public open house, no problem. I'm just inviting you to the open house we're having this weekend. I would love to see you there. If you have any questions, let me know. And either hand them that letter, put it in a little bag to put it on the door, right? Whatever, but get this letter to more of the neighbors. You're going to get more seller leads. There are postcards and door hangers. There's a great e-flyer for your database. So this is something that now Gordon's got enough leads coming in, but Gordon, this is something that you could send out through Lofty and invite your database to the open house. And you're going to see here, it's got the link to the home value landing page again. It's got your gorgeous signature. That signature looks so good. That signature down there looks great. And that link right there is going to a home value landing page as well. So sending that e-flyer to your database through Lofty would be a great idea. If you don't know how to do that, I can show you how. And you can also send it right from here. So right here, you can see where it says send now. And I could send it to all of my buyer leads. 804. Damn. Send it now. Yes. and that'll send it to all your buyer leads that you've got in listings to leads.
Send it now.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Send it now.
Why not? Yeah.
Get everybody here.
Yeah.
We'll have the phone ringing while you're getting done here.
Exactly. Now, there's also a database call script. So if there's any of your VIP buyers that you want to invite, or maybe as you're talking to people, there's a script right here that you can use. I think the other thing is the sign-in form. So we got an online version and a paper version. It's funny enough, I like the paper version better. And that is because having an online form, and I'll tell you, top agents especially have told me they like that paper version better. And you're going to see when you go through our listingstoloads.com/open house, there's a link to the mastermind group with a bunch of open house postings. Having a clipboard, and we teach this in Mastery, you have a clipboard with the paper version, but just to show you this online version. So here's the online version, completely customizable. All these questions, the order of them, everything here is customizable. And when people click through this, what's really now, if you use the paper version after the open house, add them to the online version, and then they're going to get this PDF guide, 6 things to check before buying a home, automatically sent to them. So Gordon, that might be something that you take a look at as well. And
Gordon,
then,
do you use physical or online?
I do the physical.
You do physical? Yeah.
I do physical. If I run out, sometimes I run out, then I have them text me my call capture number code.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. In fact, now all new clients get that. They get the text IVR.
That's really good.
Dude, that's smart. See, I just learned something from you. That's awesome. And on the listing flyer,
you know what that does, Scott? It shows them that they came too late and too many people came through already.
Oh, right.
I gave all my flyers out.
Yeah.
Text here and you'll get a digital one. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Smart. Good job, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of really good tips like that. So again, when you go to listingstoleads.com, in fact, let me just show you here. If I scroll down this page, there's a lot to this. So for any of you that are on this call, if you're not knocking it out of the park yet with your open houses and you try to go through this all in 1 week, you're going to just go nuts. So my recommendation and suggestion for all of you is just go through this in pieces and do what you can. Gordon talked a little bit earlier. While we're on the call, get signs out. Make sure you got signs out because that makes things a lot easier for people. If you scroll down here, you'll see here talking about the sign-in form, open house mastery. Oh, there we go. Open house mastery. Click on that, and that'll talk about the presentation that we talked about earlier. And then going down here are all those items that we were just doing inside the account. So the Facebook ad, the follow-up, the social media post. One of the things not mentioned, and Gordon, this would be so easy for you to do if you have a chance to get over to that property beforehand. Check this out. These are examples. So these are all on that page. And you know what? I'm going to have to let me bring up Chrome. So let me pop that link in there. I'm not logged into Instagram on Safari. So Gordon, check this out right here. Now you can do this with photos or video clips. So here's an Instagram story, and notice there's a link to the single property website. So I can click, and then so imagine I'm on my phone, I'm just tapping. And I'll show you a couple of video examples later. So it goes right to the single property website, and we've got training on this. And there's a little poll. Looking to buy a home in the next 12 months? Yes, send me the home buying guide. No, I need to sell. Here's one of the kitchen. And this is all in the training that we've got how to do this. This one's linking to a PDF guide. So 6 things to check before buying a home. So what we're doing is we're using the open house. We're using the listing to tease other valuable information for people. Check that out. Right from my Instagram story. And there's another poll. Here's a little video clip. So Gordon, you could go do a little video clip, maybe at the front of the building. If you have a chance to get in there ahead of time, here's one of the kitchen. And again, free ultimate guide to buying a home. People click it from Instagram. You can do something similar on TikTok as well. And now they can download a guide, go to the single property website, get a home value, right? If it's a pending or just sold listing. So a lot of phenomenal ways to market those open houses, and really any status are all and this page is for open house. And there's something on the nearby homeowner letter we talked about as one of the best ways to get more seller leads. And again, this is just all the same order as what's on the market listing inside of listings to leads. But there's something I want to share. Now, you got a condo, so you can't do a yard sign, but if you got a single family home, get that open house. Let me show you. Go to your, and why do I have everyone but open house? Who took my open house? Anyways, can you guys see this?
Yes.
The sale pending. You want to get this for open house from your association. So Gordon, when you do a lot of single family homes as well, you got condos this weekend, but on the yard signs for when they're your listing, I would get the sign writers and put them on the yard sign. But what I want to show you is in your account, there's this video. And I'm going to show you where this video is. See that back there? Watch this. Let me pause this. So this video that's on the TV behind me in the video here, that's in your listings to leads account. So if you got an extra laptop laying around, or if you can get the seller's TV turned on, you can download this video in the background from listings to leads. Here, let me play it. So this is the 100-point home marketing plan. Gordon, you know the listing presentation?
Yes.
This is the video version of that.
Nice. I haven't used that, Scott.
Dude, oh my God. You haven't used the video or the listing presentation?
Oh, I used the listing presentation, but not the video.
All right, perfect. So let me show you where that is. So if it's not your listing, it can be maybe a little bit difficult to put it on the TV because you may not have access to the TV. This came from another client. So in the media library, I'll show you this. And if you got a laptop, you can just play it from here. So in the media library, it'll take you to videos by default. And it's the one here, 100-point home marketing plan, long view. So if you got a laptop, dude, open this. I'm in your account. This is in every account in listings to leads. Some people, though, will download it and then upload it to YouTube. So our internet went out for over an hour this afternoon. And I was sitting here thinking, like, don't tell me. I would leave the video muted. So this is the video version of the listing presentation. So imagine, dude, you got this on a laptop and it's sitting there not too far away from the open house sign-in sheet. And that way this is a 5-minute commercial talking about how you market homes for sale. It's awesome. Oh, you know what I did? I muted everybody. Hold on one second. All right, let me close that out. All right, give me a second there. All right, can you guys hear me?
Gotcha.
All right, perfect. But you got the idea for the video, right?
Got it.
All right, dude. Yeah, that video, have it, like, if you got an extra laptop that you can leave around when it's your listing, ask the homeowner if they don't mind you bringing up YouTube on if they got a smart TV, because that's what this client did is for his homeowner. He just said, hey, I'm going to send you a YouTube link. If you can just have that up when you leave the home for the open house, that way we can play it. And the sellers did it. And he's like, it's amazing. So yeah, that video is just awesome. And so again, this is all at listingstoleads.com/open house. And there's even some post open house things that you can do as well. So listen, it's 6 o'clock. Gordon, any last words for anybody before we let everybody go?
Some people say open houses don't work, and I wouldn't do them unless they do. And I was on a very high-powered mastermind today with some big teams across the country, and they were telling me, the team leaders were telling me, it's mandatory at my team that anybody joins, they do 2 open houses a month.
Yeah,
I could do that one weekend, but
so you should, if you read Dustin's book, he does 3. Every open house he does. Now they're his listings, but he'll do a neighbors only on Friday, then a Saturday, and then a Sunday. And he says in the book, he goes, You would think that by the time you got to Sunday, it would be completely dead. But what happens is people will come back to the open house. Members only on Friday. So those are just the neighbors. Use the nearby homeowner letter, invite the neighbors to it. And then Saturday and Sunday. And he goes, I get people coming back both days. It's not a waste of time. Not at all.
You, Scott, if nobody shows up, I got a boatload of leads that came in from your ad.
You can be calling them up.
There's no wasted time. You're only wasting your time if you just want to complain about it. But I bring my list with me. It's on my phone. I download the app. Boom. There's no waste.
Yeah,
Wow,
dude.
I love that.
Yeah. So for the person that asked about the training for that Instagram, listingtoleads.com/open house. And thank you for the question, because you will see right here how to do Instagram story with polls and links. So right on that page, I'm going to drop it in the chat again. And then there's also for TikTok. So how to do this on TikTok as well. So Robin, thank you for the question. And real quickly here, Malcolm, there you go. Awesome. Anybody have a question for Gordon before we leave? Gordon is, like I said, amazing broker. He's actually one of the very first clients that we ever had at Listings to Leads. Like a lot of people, he was in and out of our program until his most recent reincarnation with us, where we got together. And dude, it's been a pleasure. I've always enjoyed your company, but it's been a pleasure working with you now for the last 4 or 5 months.
This is a good way to go. I'm telling you, it's a great system. You generate. Well, I was paying $25-$30 a lead. Now I'm down to $2. $2 this last week. $2.
Yeah, dude, that was nuts.
Gordon,
that was
I
nuts.
Yeah, I do have a question. I don't know if we touched on this. What is the biggest mistake you made early on with the open house, and what did you learn from it?
Biggest mistake. Oh,
I've been not advertising it enough.
Yeah, before I came back, Scott, I was banned from Facebook, so they wouldn't let me advertise.
Oh no.
Blacklisted. So I don't know, that's a hard one for me. I think I've been a door knocker, so early on, I don't do that now. It's too hot. But out in California, when I was doing it there, I used to door knock, and you get business from door knocking. You definitely around the open houses.
Yeah, 100%. So where can people? I know people. I just know how people are. Some people are going to want to talk to you. Where can they get a hold of you on social media? How do you want to share, or if you even want to? If you don't want people contacting you, let me know. But if you're open to that, how can people get a hold of you?
There's me. Do you see it in the chat?
Let me see here. Yee, do you see it? I don't see. Give me a second here.
Oh, that's private chat. Let me see.
Oh, that's fine. I got it. Nope, don't worry about it. I got it right there. Oh, your phone number? Is that okay?
That's okay. As long as
All right.
don't yell at me.
Oh.
It's a business phone, right?
It's a business.
All right. So everybody, now don't light up his phone tonight necessarily. Maybe send him a text. But there you are right there. So Gordon is being gracious enough to share his phone number with you. If you got a question for him, what have you. I know I do a lot of training, but hearing it from the man's mouth sometimes can be a different slant on how he's.
Angel has a question. How do we use these tools? Angel, we have live trainings Mondays and pretty much like twice a week, right?
Yeah.
So go to legionwebinars.com, making sure you subscribe to all the live trainings that we do.
Yeah, and also I don't want to keep Gordon.
Calendar. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to keep Gordon for too late because it is a little bit later there.
Late. Yeah,
but
just come.
For Ann, for your great question there, all of those questions are answered. Again, marketing calendar, presentations, open house mastery, and click on the guide will work, or the presentation, and foods, drinks, signs, handouts, how to prepare the open house physically. We're talking about have some music at the open house, make sure it smells right, what kind of property to hold open. We cover all of that right here. And then the open house marketing, when we did the ad, I showed you the nearby homeowner letter. That would be how to market the open house to get the people there. And then mastery is how to conduct the actual open house for maximum buyer and seller lead generation and engagement. So one is lead generation, the other one is engagement and conversion. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Gordon, dude, I appreciate your
Well,
time.
thank you so much for, yeah,
No,
totally.
no. Thank you for having me, Scott and Yi. I appreciate seeing y'all again. And yeah, if anybody needs run something by, just text me is easiest. I'll tell you right now, that's the easiest way to get me.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Gordon. And then I'll take a look at that city issue with the Perdido key a little bit later, and we'll not make sure we got that nailed. And Malcolm, thank you for joining us. Everybody else, thank you for joining us. And again, get to the mastermind group, and I will post a document with all these links a little bit later this evening, so you can access everything in one fell swoop. All right.
Right.
Thank you, Gordon. Thank you, Yi.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah. Thank you,
All right.
Gordon. Okay.